Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Quick one today, an update on my reading progress. So I finished the book while I was traveling for work, and then I got back and this was in my book cupboard. And if I remember rightly, it's 4 books, 2 lots from the same seller, and there's a couple of vintage sci-fi paperbacks that I've found quite difficult to get hold of. So quite excited to open that. But firstly, let's look at my reading update. And one thing I wanted to say before I babble on is I really wanted this channel to be completely off the cuff. I wanted it to be, yes, I edit a few things out when you see my fat belly when I'm reaching for a book, etc. But I wanted any of my discussions about books to be kind of dynamic, off the cuff, natural. I see some channels, even channels that I follow, that literally have a screen in front of them with a script, and they kind of act out the script at different points, and it's a full book review just read out loud. I'm not sure I could ever do that. I know I need to refine things and improve things, and that hopefully that will happen over time. I don't know, but I never really want to get to that point. But anyway, that's to explain how bad this review is going to be, or at least this discussion. So this was the book that I started to read after Revelation Space. I took it with me when I was traveling for work, and the reason I did is I picked it out of random shelves, and I've always liked the cover, and I've always had it on my list to read, and I never got around to it. And I thought, it's a short thing, I can read it in a couple of days or on the flight. And I did. I pretty much finished it on the flight back home. Trying to describe what this book is about is, well, it's kind of easy and it's kind of not. It feels very dated, but actually it's kind of charming. I don't even know when this was actually came out, but I'm guessing kind of early 70s. I can't find the date. In essence, it's about a guy, and his name's Don Quick, and his favourite book is Don Quixote. But you don't really know what's going on until the end, and if you are going to read this strange random book, then there are spoilers. I should kind of mention that. What you find out is there's 3 planets or 3 species involved in this connected way that you don't find out until the end. But Don, good old Don Quick, in the middle, is in what sounds like or feels like a psychiatric ward with a doctor and a nurse. Nurse he kind of falls in love with, has affections for. But he has dreams where he sees both of the other places, planets, species. The one he's scared of, or the one you jump into straight away, is he's literally naked in a huge bowl filled with humans that are foodstuffs, sacred foodstuffs for another alien species. And there's a princess who basically sends out fishers, starfishers, to go and find food to keep them sustained. And the starfishers go to Earth, basically, or our galaxy. And the nets are what they use to fish. So you fish live species or live humans to then feed. So that's one of Don Quick's dreams, that he thinks are dreams at the beginning. And then the other dream is he's a giant. These are giants, by the way, obviously, if they're eating humans, like shrimp, whatever, right? The other area, or the other planet, is kind of small insect-like beings, and Don Quick is a giant that comes down and actually killed some of them, I think 17 of them. So it's an interesting kind of weird, fantastical tale about Don in the middle and how he's trying to save Earth, but he doesn't realize he has to save Earth until a certain point in the book, where he realizes that his visions, his dreams, are actually based in reality, because humanity has kind of sent out these ships, and the I think it's 3 ships are caught, and then these starfishers realize they can get to Earth and get a lot more sustenance. So all in like 120 pages. I don't really know what to say about it. It was fun. It was strange. And again, spoiler alert, please stop or pause or fast forward this bit, but Earth is saved by a book in the end. And I just found that fantastic. You know, that's my ideal thing. And I think there's massive references to Don Quixote. The love story in it, for example. Now, I don't know Don Quixote, and I should, because it's one of the best, or touted as being one of the best pieces of literature ever. So it restored my faith in just picking up random A-format, weird little books like this, because you just never know. It's not a favourite. It didn't blow my mind, right? It's not deep. It's not something that I'm gonna make sure other people read. It's not Shadow of the Torturer in terms of thoughts. It's not Fire Upon the Deep in terms of creativity or whatever. It's not Hyperion for, I'd say, like tension building. It's a strange little book by Emile, and I enjoyed it. That's it. The next thing I'm going to read is actually, like I said, I want to continue this theme. Very similar size, but it's Harlan Ellison. It's short stories or a few kind of novellas. Similar quality or condition. The typeface is quite small for me on both of these books, but I wear my reading glasses and I'm okay. But this is my first true Ellison, and I've got a lot of Ellison, and I've kind of kept him back. It's like, I think I told you, I kept East of Eden back. I'm a massive Steinbeck fan, and I kept East of Eden back for 25 years, and I read it quite recently. I've kind of been saving Harlan Ellison in a way, because I've heard so many good things, especially about his short fiction. So I know this isn't one I hear a lot about, but I got it in a book haul, and yeah, I just thought I'd jump in and continue with my small strange paperback. So that's my reading update. So Revelation Space, The Nets of Space, and now I'm just about to move on to Paingod. Okay, so now to the mini eBay haul. So anyone that saw my 103 mega book haul may think that I should probably stop buying books for a bit, but I can't help myself. And even with a book haul of 103, I don't keep all of them. So my local Age UK, again, got a very good bag of some pretty good like duplicates and reader copies from that haul. And I still came away with what I think was an amazing deal. I think I worked out 55p a book. Now these were not 55p a book. I can't remember how much they were. But they were things I wanted. I put them on my wish list, my watch list, and I think the seller offered a small discount. And I went for it, and I think I got two lots to give even further discount, which is really good. And that's the kind of thing everyone looks for, right? So the first book I got was The Seventh Galaxy Reader, which is a Pan Sun. Now, I've got, let me just bring it up. I've got, I think, almost all of the Pan Sun now. It's a very small group of books, to my knowledge. And if I just search on my small database, let me just clear that and go to Pan, and then range on Sun. Okay, so Pan Sun. So I've got 11 of 17, and then this one makes it 12. So the 7th Galaxy Reader, let's just make sure I haven't. Yes, the 7th Galaxy Reader, Frederick Pohl. So the only ones I need now from this series of only 17 books that I'm aware of is Way Station by Clifford Simak, Star 14, also by Frederick Pohl, Childhood's End in this livery, Arthur C. Clarke obviously, Spectrum 4, Kingsley Amis and Robert Conquest, The Year of the Angry Rabbit by Russell Braddon, I think that's the rare one, and then The Green Hills of Earth, Robert Heinlein, and I've got a couple of different copies of The Green Hills of Earth. So that's the first one, pretty good condition. It says Jeezy or something, and then someone's written inside. But this is ideal for my collection. I would always like it slightly better condition, but that's good enough. And that is 1967 for those red. So a slight fading. No, a tiny bit of roll. But these black covers actually seem to stand the test of time. So that's really nice for my science fiction book library. So the next lot was of 3 books, 2 or 3, yeah, 3 books, was the reason I got this. This was actually, I added this to get the discount, but it is one that I really needed anyway. Now, talking of Harlan Ellison on Paingod, I got these. So this is Berkeley. So Dangerous Visions. So this is the first, I think, in the story collection. And I've never seen this out in the wild. So 1967, this edition 1972. So shall I read Paingod or shall I read this one? So yeah, this isn't the one I wanted, to be honest. This is the first one. I will definitely have it in my collection. Not the best condition, but it is amazing. It's Harlan Ellison. But it's not why I got this. Why I got this was because it had both the Volume 1 and Volume 2 Pan Lozenge, Harlan Ellison, Dangerous Visions. So again, Dangerous Visions, and again, Dangerous Visions 2. And I have struggled to find these. And you can find them, I found a couple of battered condition ones. This is actually pretty nice. Look at that, you can kind of see the reflection off of that, like it's been polished. That is slightly faded, or it's discolored, but then so is that discolored. But it's pretty square. And it doesn't look red, to be honest. It's just the age. So in terms of pan lozenges, like we did with Pan Sun, let me just search for what I've got on the lozenge. So a lot more pan lozenges. So I've got, there's 80, and then with these two, I'm up to 61 on these. So that's fantastic. Been looking for that for a while. Wasn't a bad price. I can't remember how much it was, but for the whole thing, I was really happy. And then the second one, which strangely has a yellow, so was that yellow originally? I'll have to find that out. That's a shame if it is. I don't know if it is, because the back is, usually that would fade, but not that. But then this is, again, Dangerous Visions, Book 2, Harlan Ellison. So, the chief prophet of the new wave in science fiction. So, I'm so excited to read him. So, strange that I've got 3 of those short story collections, and kind of subconsciously I decided to read that. So, yeah, 2 pan lozenge, very difficult to get additions to my sci-fi library for sure. Very interested how I'm going to put these, because the rest of them are in bags. Nearly all of my pan lozenges are in bags, but these are too chunky. And then that, which is a kind of a nice extra. I've never really looked for that, but that's the first one. So to have those as a 3 for someone like me is rather, it makes me happy, basically. And I like the fact that they're that's slightly smaller, that Berkeley. That's a bit annoying. But apart from that, similar width, similar condition, and you know what I say, just very, very nice objects. Thank you.